My research is on restoring wetlands, and every New Zealander should care about our wetlands because they're nature's kidneys. They filter contaminants and they're biodiversity hotspots. But despite this, we have treated our wetlands pretty badly. Since European settlement, we have drained and destroyed 90% of our wetlands, and this is one of the worst records of any country in the world. And we know that wetlands are so important for various what we call ecosystem services. They filter contaminants that come off the land, they regulate water quantity, they're important in terms of flood control, they sequester carbon from the atmosphere. They're actually the only permanent sink on Earth, because forests that sequester carbon, once a forest reaches maturity or they die off, the carbon is returned to the air, whereas the peat permanently stores the carbon in the peat layers below the wetlands. Our remaining wetlands are steadily degrading through ongoing drainage and nutrient inputs and invasion by weeds and pests. However, in recent years there's been a real desire to do something about our wetlands, but the big question is just how do we do this? So our wetland team, we researched, we compiled, and we published a how-to handbook on wetland restoration. This is in collaboration with the Landcare Trust. And this tells us how to plan a project, how to restore the hydrology, the vegetation and the native animals, and also how to monitor and also protect the wetland. And this wetland handbook, it's just as relevant to regional councils as it is to the local farmer down the road who wants to protect a small wetland at the back of the farm. Lake Serpentine is the site for the proposed Wetland Centre for the National Wetland Trust, and this site was chosen because it had good representative examples of Waikato peat lakes and also Kahikatea swamp forest, and it's also very close to Hamilton. So the idea is to build on these wetland types and add additional ones as well as gardens, and this will also include a predator-proof fence so that we can reintroduce some wetland birds that are not there now, have educational facilities out there, and this will be the one-stop shop for wetlands in New Zealand. One of the wetland types that will be showcased is a threatened peat bog ecosystem called the Restia Graze Bog. These used to cover large areas in the northern half of the North Island, but now there are only 3 original sites left, and one of these is being mined for horticultural peat. So our wetland team, we developed a simple approach to restoring the peat bog after mining, and this approach has enabled other organisations to recreate the peat bog at 3 additional sites in the Waikato, including the one at Lake Serpentine. These ongoing wetland restoration projects provide educational and biodiversity benefits for all New Zealanders. So the plan is to enhance and improve our remaining wetlands so they are still there in years to come for future generations to enjoy.